Greetings, everyone. Hello, 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 hello. Hi. It's been a while until the last time we spoke. Firstly, thank you so much. I know that you've been scrolling. Thank you so much for stopping by on the Lessons Learned channel. My name is Zunomvalo, short for Zuzeka Nomvalo. I am here and I'm all about, sharing my life lessons, my experiences so far, and especially those that have impacted and changed my life in a certain way, whether it's positive, or negative. Either way, I believe that each and every experience serves a purpose. So today I am so happy. I don't know if you can tell by the way I'm smiling. Yeah, I'm smiling because today I'm going to be doing an episode just speaking about my sister Gazi. If you know us, if you follow us maybe on social media, you know that we call each other Gazi. That is just to say blood, because go deep, go serious, go tricky, go wow when it comes to my sister. So this is one topic that is very close to my heart, and also one that really lights me up because my sister is basically the most important person in my life. Like, that's my closest relative, as I always say to her. Simply because of the way that she is. So in this episode, I'm just going to be focusing on her, and also what I've learned or what I keep learning from this relationship that is definitely ongoing with my sister. That's my rock, that's my everything, that's my pillar, that's my shoulder to lean on, that is my best friend forever. That is the kids' best award, mommy's best award winner. Oh no, she has to take it. My sister will bring it. She is an all-in-one kind of person. But you wouldn't really know if you didn't know her very well, because she is quite closed up. She's got her own, she's a private person, she keeps to herself. But when you really get to know her, when you get to closer to her space, you find that she's one of the sweetest, most genuine people and most loyal people you'll ever find. Gazi. Okay, happy Valentine's, everyone, because while the day when I'm shooting this, it's actually Valentine's, it's Lover's Day. I hope that you are loved up wherever you are. I hope that you are sporting your red and white. I have been seeing some people on the street, strutting their stuff. I've been seeing people at the park, young couples all loved up. Ooh, and I was thinking, guys, people are happy most, huh? People are in love. I love to see it. I love love, and I am so grateful that I'm also born on the month of love, because I'm such a loving person. It makes sense. Otherwise, I don't see any other month, that could have made sense when it comes to my birth, because I'm a love baby. So all I know is to love. So happy Valentine's, everyone. I hope that you are playing it safe there. We don't want any Scorpios, please. I'm joking. No offense to my Scorpios. My mom is a Scorpio, so no offense to the Scorpios. You guys keep them coming. But above all, I hope that you are loved. I hope that somebody actually reminded you how important you are today. Because relationships and love doesn't only come romantically. We also have those platonic relationships, those friends, family, those people that have become very who play different roles in our lives, that we love, that we spend a lot of time with, and all of that. So I hope that today you have been appreciated, that today you have been told that you are awesome, that you are loved, that you are a blessing. But if they didn't tell you, I am telling you that I love you. So before I get into that, I just wanted to send that message, because there's no way I would keep quiet about such a thing. It is Love Month anyway. So yes, I want to talk about my closest relative. I want to talk about idlozi lami, my ancestor, my living ancestor, as I usually say to her. Because of her wisdom, you earn respect, however people end up treating you or referring to you, you earn that. It's how you handle yourself, it's how you live your life, it's how you carry yourself. Do forgive me, guys, if there's any noises. We do live in a busy area, but that couldn't also stop me from doing this. So I hope that the sound is good enough, and that you can still follow through. Anyway, so my sister was born a few years. In fact, she's 3 years younger than me, even though we look like twins. We are the same height. We wear the same clothes. Like, my sister is like my twin, basically, but she's actually 3 years younger than me. And I believe that she's actually the best decision that my parents made, because when you are still young, you think being the last born is all of that. But for me, I think that her being the last born is the best thing that my parents ever did, and I will always thank them for that, because not only did they give me a sister, but a best friend, my confidant, my mentor. Nqo is so wise. Like, she's wise way beyond her years. That is why I confidently call her my spiritual guide as well, because of her knowledge, of her wisdom. You can just tell if someone is otherworldly, if someone has otherworldly information, that that, okay, I know that you are a genius, I know that you do your research, I know that you are a historian, because that is her. Like, Ngongo will she'll come out with your books. She's a researcher. That is who she is. Like, it comes naturally to her. But I also noticed that hers, like, it's beyond. So her being in this world with me in this lifetime is one of my biggest blessings in this life, and it's one of those things that bring me to my knees, and I say, God, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, thank you. That was the best decision that ever happened, because on this journey I needed her, and on this journey she's been there. I don't remember a time when she wasn't in my life, because she was born 3 years later. So I was a baby as well when she came into our lives. And I remember, like, she laughs at me when I actually sing a song that we used to sing for her. Like, me, our late brother, X, and also my brother Umzoli. Like, we used to sing for her whenever she was crying, because she was the baby in the family. We'd be like, si gamazozo benanam toto sisomnganana. What? We used to sing that, and she would keep quiet. She was just this tiny little thing. I remember her, and I was a baby too at that time, but that's my angel, bro. And we always felt so protective of her, because obviously we were older. And yeah, so came this girl, and we grew up together. We did everything together. Mom sometimes even dressed us up as twins, because, the age differences were not that bad. The age difference was not bad. Yeah, and I hope you notice how I'm trying to polish my English, because yay. She's that girl. She wants things, yeah, she's that girl. But you're gonna get to know her as I unpack. So my sister is that blessing, so she grew up, and what I noticed about her is that she's feisty. Like, my sister, one thing about Gazi is that just get your facts straight. If you want to deal with her, get your facts straight, because she's got hers on a straight narrow. Like, she knows her story. Yeah, and that's it. You can't beat her at her game if you're not prepared. So if you want to deal with her, if you want to actually win with my sister, even in a normal conversation, if you want it to be fruitful on both ends, you need to know your story because she knows hers. That's just her. So when she grew up, I was very I think I was just taken up by how this little girl is just so feisty. Like she could just get people like in their place. She could put anyone in their place, no matter how old you are. If she feels that you're out of line, she will actually just tell you respectfully that she doesn't feel like what you're saying is sitting well with her, and she doesn't appreciate it. And Mdomdala, you have to do something about it because Gaba has spoken. So I'm so glad that she was named Ngologazi because you can tell that the strength of Amanqolo has rested somewhere there, and I love it because even like now with her career, I think it just goes on with this masculine person that she is and has always been. I noticed that even when we were young, like she would start fighting my battles. I'm not a fighter. You see, one thing about me, I'm a softie. I am a softie, and I'm also sensitive, so I try to stay away from drama. I try to stay away from fighting and stuff like that. But one thing about me is that as sensitive as I am, I can fight. It's just that I don't like to. But when I am really pushed to a corner and the only way out is just to put my clothes out and fight, obviously I will fight. I mean, mama raised no coward. What do you think? I'll slap you while I'm crying. I'm sensitive, but I'm not weak. I am sensitive. I'm weak. I'm not weak. I'll slap you while I'm crying. I mean, you can trust me on that one. Anyway, so my sister has always just been like so protective and like one person who can also put everyone else in line but also put me in line. She has a way of getting you to do the right thing or to see what the bigger picture or what is right in a very respectful manner. I think that is one thing I like about her, that she never forgets her place as the last born, even though like we don't have that, but she will always remind you guys that guys, I'm the last born, so I think that is why I even mentioned that, because it's not a factor in our family. In like my mother raised us in a structure where we have a voice, we can speak out, we have a voice. So for us, about how old you are really is not that important. What matters is what are you bringing, is your opinion making sense, and all of that. So I'm very thankful for that sisterhood bond that I have with my sister, because it started from way back, since we were kids. So I remember also when we were growing up, that we did everything together, we experienced most things together, so we spent a lot of time, getting to know each other. And at that time, we were even fighting a lot because, siblings are always going to be fighting over the lamest things. So we've been there also thinking at some point that we hate each other, when now, oh my god, I would kill for my sister. Yeah, but so that's it. So it has always been, that's something that like I really pray and thank God and the angels about, that in this big bad world I was actually given the best and trusted with the best. So what I can say is that when it comes to my sister, Gazi is one person who can give it to you how it is. She will keep it real. She will actually tell you the truth that maybe sometimes you're not ready to hear. But trust me, it will be the truth that you need at that time. So that is one thing I admire about her, that she's able to have those difficult conversations, even as young as she is, like, she is wise beyond her years, like I said. And also another thing is that because of her her genius mind, she's able to do her homework so that she knows what kind of people she's dealing with. So for me, doing life with her, is the best thing ever, because I never ever feel like I'm doing things alone, or that I'm coping. I'm not coping, because there's always that older voice, that other voice working with me, and we're working towards the same thing, succeeding in whatever that we are facing at the moment. So Ngongo is that person. Another thing is that Ngongo has, on my journey during the most difficult times, one thing I learned from her is that how you treat people who can do nothing for you will actually say a lot about you. That is where I measure a person's character, by how they treat a person who can not help them in any way. Because for me, my sister succeeded way before me. Our journeys are not the same. So with her, she did not have the challenges that I faced. Like, she has never been unemployed. For her, like, I remember my sister was actually employed even before she left school. She bought her first car before she even started her internship. That's how different her life was from mine. But that has never actually changed. That has never changed her one bit. And that is something that I always applauded her for. And I always mentioned it, that for somebody who's got everything, like you, for somebody who's been blessed, I would expect for you to be so disrespectful, to look down on me, but she has never. In fact, she's been the opposite of that. I remember when at certain times, especially when maybe I was having I was still deep in my drinking and partying lifestyle, and people would actually see me doing stuff, or maybe not happy about whatever position they found me in, and they would go and tell her, getting her maybe to help, or maybe confiding in her for some reason. She would tell them that, as much as Zoo is my sister and all, and she's still my big sister, there are some topics that I can't tackle with her because of the respect that I have for her. And for me, that happened a few times, and it stuck with me. It's one of those things that really kept her very tucked in my heart, because I knew that even at times when this lady, I had nothing to offer her but problems, but just venting and my heartbreak, my heartache, she has never, even for a day, ever made me feel small, because maybe she was successful. She has never. In fact, my sister has made me feel so much better, even about myself. Even at times when I had lost, all belief in myself, or in my ability to rise from whatever I was facing at the time, she was that voice that said, Zoo, do you know who you are? I feel like you have forgotten your power. Zoo, do you know who you are? Like, she used to snap me awake, like, even at times when situations had taken it away from me. Because trust me, there are some things that happen on your path that make you even forget who you are. Like, you really lose it. Uzu guthi yabo manje, I've lost Zoo. Like, I don't know. I don't remember when was the last time I felt like myself. And my sister, Gazi, was that person who will snap me awake and be like, Kosasana yamanqolo. Never ever forget who you are or how powerful you are. You light up any room, Zoo. Do you see the effect that you have? And then she will start going on and on and on, and whatever that she says will find a resting place in my heart and in my spirit. And I will find that beacon of hope, that small glimpse, of hope, that light, that little light that is leading me from that darkness that I was in finding myself in at that particular time. So my sister is my angel. My sister is my guide, my spiritual guide. My sister is here with me for a greater purpose, a purpose that is even much bigger than us. That is why I was not surprised when she said her new name is Sabelu Yabizwa. Sabelu Yabizwa. Sabelu Yabizwa. It means so much to me. She has no idea, because I feel like that is what and who she is in our lives. She is our protector. And it's like so funny because she's the youngest one, yet even her career, my sister is a lawyer, even her career just puts her in that protective, as a shield, our shield and our protector. And she does it so effortlessly, because I also feel that she is also guided. She's here to be our advocate in these times, and also to show us deep spiritual things. My sister is wise, especially spiritually. I remember that she taught me a few things, our spiritual practices that we believe in and that work for us, even though I won't go much into detail about them right now, because I don't want us to, stay from this. But I remember just how it was so easy for her to guide me on them, without actually her getting any assistance from traditional other people, just by her wisdom, and her just knowing of things, her intuition leading her. I believe in her so much. So ours is beyond blood. It's deeper than that. It surpasses all human understanding. And I think it's also explains why my sister and I have been opposites that wildly attract. My sister is the love of my life, and she has been, even when I was the worst person ever and the worst version of myself. And I would say the worst because she has never been, the worst version. She has always been a good girl in my eyes. My sister can do no wrong. I'm not fazed by her minor mistakes. But in my eyes, she's an angel, because she has never drunk alcohol. She has never she has never experimented with drugs. She doesn't know how to smoke. So for me, in my world, she's an angel, because in my world, that's all the things that I've been indulging and getting distracted in. So for me, she won that battle alone, and it actually is very, I don't know, it's big in my world, for a person to be able to go through whatever they go through in life and find other ways of dealing with it and not fall into substances for comfort. So for me, that is a victory on its own. So yes, that's my sister. So that's just the kind of person that I have in my life. So I'm doing this because I wouldn't like to take all the credit for the person that I have turned out to be. Now, my sister has played a very important role, and she plays it so effortlessly. Even being the mother to our children, she does it so well. Without, you would think that she was reading it from a book. She will come up with recipes, and we bake for the kids. She will think of road trips, also important ones that will educate the kids, and just not for leisure, but also education wise. And also, we're just teaching each other and learning so much along the way. And I always whenever I count my blessings, I count her maybe 10 times, because I don't know what I would be without my sister. I don't know what I would be without that person who loves me even when I don't love myself. A person who's able to tell me that, sis, you are not yourself right now. This is not you. And we need to bring Zoo back, because this Zoo that I'm staring at right now is just a reflection or a shadow of Zoo. This is not you. And I will stop at nothing to make sure that we bring back the Zoo that I know and believe is still there somewhere. May you find those people in your life, even if it's not your blood sister, but may you find someone who will love you and believe in you like my sister and my Gazi believes in me. It's way deeper. It's way deeper. And I am so grateful. She is our mentor. She advises everyone. She mothers everyone. She protects everyone. And on top of that, she is, oh my God, the best photographer in town. Like, she's got an eye for photography. She will stand on the same angle as me, hold the camera the same way, but she will still take a breathtaking picture. And well, I can't say the same for moi, but I'm not here to diss myself, so hey, don't you dare. Yeah, but so this episode is just dedicated to my sister, to say thank you so much, Gaba. I will never take you for granted. I will never take your friendship for granted. I am so sorry for the times when you needed me and I was not there, when I was still too much, into other things that were taking all of my time, when alcohol was still my best friend, when other friends seemed more important to me. Trust me, they never were. Even in those places, they knew how much I love you and how important you are to me. And of the role also that you play and continuously do so without fail. They knew, but I spent more time with them because whatever I was hooked on at that time required for me to do so and spend less time with you. But I'm so grateful, Gaba, that we have gotten to a point where you are my one and only best friend, where now you know the ins and outs of my life and I know yours. There is nothing hidden. And also that we have the time to be together and that we are planning those, our plans. We finally have the time to come together and be the best that we can be for each other, because I did feel at some time back, that you were pouring more into me than I was to you. So I'm so grateful that we are now at a point where I can also feel my contribution into your life. And trust me, that is the best gift that I can give to you. When I hear you saying, thank you, sis, I wouldn't have done this without you, because I know that I am here because of your contribution as well. I will never take your advice for granted. I remember how on that trip when I was coming back from the US, when I was so broken, when I was so lost, I had even lost weight. I remember how you don't even like those photos because I looked like a shadow of myself. I was so different. Even my looks were different. And you kept on saying, Zoo, you will rise from this. It is time for you to put yourself first. It is time for you, Zoo, to now start looking at how you are contributing, to how your life is turning out. I am so thankful to you for keeping it real with me and telling me and being honest with me, even with truths that maybe at times I may not want to hear. You understand my sensitivity so well, because as a Cancerian yourself, you are sensitive, but you understand the concept of tough love. You understand the concept of true love, that being a true friend also means correcting each other, also means keeping it real, also means speaking about those ugly truths that you may not want, you may not even digest nicely at the beginning, but in the long run you realize how necessary they were. Thank you for being that friend to me. Thank you for believing in me when I had lost it and I didn't believe in myself and my ability to be this person that I am now becoming. Thank you for being my inspiration. Thank you for living your truth so boldly and so loudly. Thank you for embracing yourself so much, because by so doing, you have also given me the opportunity to embrace myself, my flaws, my imperfections, and everything else that describes me. Thank you so much for being my pillar, my mother's pillar. Thank you so much for being the best sister, our mother, because trust me, you mother us. Thank you so much for being my friend, my everything, bro. Like, yo, I don't know, like words will never be enough, but I wish that any girl out there with a sister could have a sister like you, a sister who loves unconditionally, who understands, even if like you don't relate to something, but you bring yourself to understand instead of judging harshly. And because of your understanding, you also come up with ways to assist how to get me out of that. I'm so grateful even to our mother, Omatandi, for how she raised us. Yo, I'm blessed. And maybe saying that I'm blessed is just an understatement compared to the magnitude of this blessing. So, Gazi, ngiyabonga sithando sami nje. You've taught me a lot. One of the best lessons that you taught me before I end this is the importance of boundaries. When my sister taught me boundaries, it wasn't nice. It stung a little, but I learned the importance of boundaries. Boundaries. She taught me that, how important it is to draw the line, to know what questions to ask, what places to go to, how to engage with other people, all those things, how, to be considerate of other people's feelings, what questions should never be asked, because boundaries. Thank you for all of that and more. I wish that I could go on and on, but load shedding. Okay, bye. Love you.